Hello, I'm Eric Loris Phillips. Our community, like others, has seen a significant increase in school threats made on social media. Today, we'd like to take a few minutes to provide you with important information and tips regarding these threats, the actions you should take if you hear or know of a threat, and the repercussions for making threats.
The Frederick County Sheriff's Office, the Frederick Police Department, and all allied Frederick County law enforcement agencies are committed to working with Frederick County Public Schools, students, parents, and staff to ensure a safe learning environment. Our law enforcement agencies take school threats seriously. Each threat is thoroughly investigated. Along with receiving school-based consequences, threats of violence can lead to potential criminal charges to include threats of mass violence, interrupting school activities, misuse of electronic communications, and other criminal charges, depending on the type and scope of the threat.
We encourage students, parents, and staff to report any threats or suspicious behavior to school administrators, law enforcement, or a responsible adult. Remember, if you see something, say something. Our agencies will attempt to identify the person responsible for the threat. We will contact the individual or individuals who made the threat to determine their intent and if they have the means to carry out the threat.
Most threats are non-credible, meaning the person responsible does not have the means to carry out the threat, or the threat was taken out of context. For example, a student hears another student talk about guns and reports that to their teacher. Please conduct an investigation and determine the student was discussing hunting during the upcoming rifle season.
When a threat is credible, law enforcement has conducted an investigation and found the person making the threat had a plan or means to carry out the threat. When necessary, our agencies will consult with the Frederick County State's Attorney's Office to determine the appropriate charges.
We understand a rumor of a threat can disrupt school activities and make students and staff feel unsafe to attend or remain in school for the day. When this occurs, law enforcement agencies will increase their presence at the school to help our students, staff, and community feel safe. Regardless of whether the threat is credible or non-credible, law enforcement agencies will maintain consistent contact with the FCPS Security and Emergency Management Office. Together, all involved agencies will provide as much information as possible so that timely information is distributed through FCPS notifications, media press releases, and our respective social media channels.
Please do not share school threats that originate on social media. If you receive the threat, report it. Do not share it. Each threat is investigated. It can take a considerable amount of time to call each person reporting the same threat to ensure a new threat was not received. Parents, guardians, here's how you can help. Please talk with your children about responsible use of social media and electronic devices. Monitor the use of social media accounts and know the passwords to each of your child's accounts and electronic devices. Through the course of an investigation, law enforcement agencies can retrieve posts that have been deleted. If you have a concern with a social media site or need advice, please talk with staff at your child's school or contact your school's resource officer.
Our Frederick County law enforcement agencies remain committed to working with FCPS and our partners to provide the safest learning environment possible. We ask all students, parents, and staff to remember, if you see something, say something.
Each of us plays an important role in eliminating social media threats. Remember these 4 things. First, irresponsible use of social media is taken seriously. Threats will be thoroughly investigated. Second, you can be held financially or legally responsible for criminal actions and threats made. If you see a threat on social media, don't repost it, but say something to school administrators or law enforcement. And finally, parents and guardians, you can help by keeping track of your child's activity on social media. Keeping our schools safe is a priority. As a community, we each play a part by working together to reduce incidents of threats made on social media.